Hello and welcome back to the Top 85 Games for the BBC Micro Video Countdown series. In at number 26, it's White Magic. This was released in 1989 by Fourth Dimension and it was developed by John Whigham. It was probably loosely inspired by the 1985 Atari arcade cabinet game Gauntlet, but I'll leave it as an inspiration because I think that White Magic is very much a unique game in its own right and definitely not a clone of Gauntlet. It's something of a hidden gem, probably because it was a late release for the Beeb and the Electron, coming out just at the end of the 80s, and a game that not everybody has heard of. But I personally think that it is an excellent game. If you're a fan of puzzle-based games with a bit of arcade action thrown in, this is very much a game for you. So, without further ado, let's take a look. Okay, so let's start it up. And this is a game that has a lot of instructions. While these are sort of passing through, I'm just going to call out probably one of the most significant things about the game, which is that in this game you get to play as 4 different characters and you can change between them at any time you wish, which I think is a fairly novel approach to a puzzle game. Each of the different characters has different abilities, which I'll be calling out throughout the review. And the other things to really sort of mention at this stage, as you can see, is there are lots and lots of different types of objects that you can encounter in the game. Each of them do different things. But again, as we encounter them, I will try and call out as we go through what it is that they do. We don't want to see these again, so let's start the game. So fairly simple controls, up, down, left, right, or west, east, south and north, with the ability to fire your weapon. Nice bit of splash screen art there. And this is the game. So the playing space is in the centre, and then you can see the stats of your 4 different characters around the corners. So I've started off as the Leprechaun, who you can see here can run really fast. That's one of his main abilities. He has several others. He's really good for trying to get through this sort of puzzle. Well, not that I'm doing it particularly well here, where you need to quickly dash through. I don't know why I went backwards there, but anyway. You can see that these arrow things will bounce backwards and forwards because they are positioned next to those odd sort of things. Lovely little transport effect. Now I'm not going to collect that ring because it's a cursed ring. That's put me back here. Collect some potions. Now the first sighting of some ghosts. So I'm going to turn into the enchanter and zap the bones because that's where the ghosts come from. So if you zap the bones, the ghosts can't keep on respawning. So that's quite a nice feature. Blast the rest of these bones here. Now this fungus is dangerous to me, so I must be careful. Now these doors are locked. I need to turn back into the leprechaun who collected the keys, blast away the skulls, and through to another transporter. Oh, those are guards. They've got little guard houses there, which I've blasted away. There's a little hidden passage here with some food and another key. So yes, depending on which character you are, when you collect the key, only that character can use the key. Obviously, if that character dies, then you can't use any of the objects that they've collected. Now you'll notice here that if a ghost gets too close to me, I can't actually fire at them. There has to be at least one space between, otherwise I can't fire them. But I can do what's called hand-to-hand combat, but the challenge there obviously is that it uses up health points, so you don't want to be doing too much of that. Now the Titan here, he can move these barrels, only he can. So I'm going to block this passageway because it's full of fungus, and you'll notice that fungus keeps on growing, so I'm just going to plug that so that it doesn't spill over into this room. Be careful of that thing there, that eats keys if you walk into it. Those black holes do nasty things to your stats as well. Now the aim of the game is to collect all of these treasure chests. Once you've collected them all, and provided you've got the big key for the trapdoor, you can exit. These logs can only be crossed by the leprechaun, so I'm going to zap back into him. Oh, and now we've got a pentagram that only the enchanter can cross. Let's blast away some of those ghosts. And now the warrior can only cross through the vines, so I need to switch to the warrior. I have to say, I really, really like this ability to change into other characters mid-game. I think it's something which actually puts this game slightly above Ravenskull in my view, because in Ravenskull, although you can take on the role of 4 different characters, you are stuck with the one that you choose. And to be honest, although it changes the display of certain things within the game, it doesn't actually fundamentally change what you can do. Whereas here, depending on which character you are, you can do different things. Now the warrior, the titan and the enchanter can destroy the skull and crossbones. The leprechaun can't, his arrows aren't strong enough. So that's another trade-off to be aware of. I'm going to stay as the warrior for the time being. Now, don't get close to those spikes, otherwise they zap your health. Might just move this barrel here, and then there we go. Now the ghosts are coming out. This is going to be a bit nasty here because that passageway is full of ghosts. So let's try and get down, blast away some of the skull and crossbones. Oh, let's just go down here. See, if you've got a gap in between you and the ghosts, you can shoot at them, but when there's so many of them, it's really quite hard work. Okay, I'll grab that treasure chest. One slight frustration I have with the game is that there's no way of knowing when you have actually collected all of the treasure chests, because unlike in Ravenskull, when you collect the last piece of treasure, you get a little jingle to say that you've done it. With this game, White Magic, you don't know, so you just have to hope that you've basically got rid of all of the picked up all of the treasure. Because if you don't, and you take in the transporter like this one, and you get to the trapdoor, and you haven't collected all the treasure, which thankfully I have, that's it, you'd be stuck. So we're on to the next level now. Not really much I can do in this room, so let's teleport out, pick up a potion. Ah yes, now this level, I've tried using a potion there, but I have to say the potions are a bit random. I don't really know what they do. I've seen the effects of them now and again. They do sometimes do interesting things, but yeah, not especially obvious. Now I'm going to take on the leprechaun here because really all I need to do is run the gauntlet, no pun intended, and collect all of the keys so that I can get out of this horrible, horrible swamp of ghosts. There are far too many skull and crossbones here for me to really deal with successfully. So really it's just a case of grabbing all the keys and the big key for the trapdoor and getting out of here as quickly as possible, because otherwise you're just going to hemorrhage lots of health points. So now we're out. Oh, and straight into the action in this game. Right, use the enchanter. I have to say I find the enchanter is definitely best for long distance assault. Now this level is full of guard houses, and the guards are actually a lot more difficult to beat than the ghosts. They take off more health and they're harder to kill. Now I think I'm trying to remember who I picked up the keys as, well it doesn't really matter, so I picked up a key there. Now this level is basically a sort of snail shell style map, where you just have to keep spiralling outwards from the centre. And blast away the guard houses as you go, because you don't want more and more guards coming out of those guard houses because it makes your life a lot more difficult. And there's plenty of space here as well, so it's fairly straightforward in terms of what I need to do. Oh dear, spoke too soon there. Lots of guards. Oh, right, there we go. Here's another one. It's a very smooth game. I think you all have picked up from this already that it moves really well. The only slight drawback, of course, is that it doesn't have true scrolling, so it's a game where you move from sort of one area of the map to another, and it can get a little bit confusing at times when you're not quite sure if there's something to the left or to the right of you, or up or down, until you move into that room, and that can sometimes end up with you walking into spikes and other kinds of hazards. But broadly speaking, I don't think that that's a huge limitation of the game. Maybe a slight annoyance, but given that there's so much else to love about the game, I don't personally find it too much of a bother. You'll have noticed that the colour palette is back to the red and green sort of look. Red, green, white and black. Palettes change from one level to the next, so you do get to see lots of different colour variations. Some better than others, to be honest. This one's a fairly easy on the eye, but some of the others can be a little bit jarring. Oh, there's loads of guards behind there, crikey. Right, so let's try and get rid of that guardhouse, and that one, there we go. Yeah, so you have to have at least one space between you and the guardhouse in order to kill it, same with the skull and crossbones as well. Otherwise you can't destroy them. So I think in this case, no, I've got enough space. There we go. It's always best to destroy them if you can, because otherwise you end up with guards chasing you when you least expect it. I don't know whether they spawn randomly or if there's any kind of time interval, but that passageway is absolutely chock-a-block with guards. as soon as I open that, they're going to come pouring out. So I think I might take on the Titan, who's a bit beefier for hand-to-hand combat. No, actually, no. Hang on. I needed to use the enchanter to get the keys. Let's use the old warrior. Warrior's pretty good too. He's got plenty of health remaining, so... Well, I don't know if he can... he can't destroy the guardhouses, though. Need the Titan for that. See, it's these sort of little exploration points that I think are good fun in this game, is like working out, okay, yes, I need to use this character for that. Oh my goodness. This is like guards galore. Well, that is in fact the name of the level, isn't it? Right, okay. Don't get rid of that guardhouse. There we go. Oh my word. So much hand-to-hand combat. Really does drain your health points, though. Hang on, I've missed... No, I can't get rid of these guardhouses, so I'll probably best just... yes, if you shoot at one of those reverse mirror things, it actually sends your weapon back and hits you, so you have to be quite careful not to do that, otherwise you end up committing suicide almost. Which, incidentally, is something that you do have to do, regrettably, in this game if you get stuck. It's very easy to manoeuvre yourself into a position... Oh my goodness. Look what's going to happen when I open that door. Alright. Best foot forward, everyone. Oh, guards. Wow, this is... I don't think I chose the best character. I think Titan's probably better for this one. Oh my goodness. Right, come on. And I think we just blast our way through. We're done. Now this colour scheme's not especially attractive, but yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, so it looks like the trapdoor is here, but obviously I've not collected all the treasure yet, so I do love that transporter effect, by the way. It's a very, very good graphical effect, sort of multiple palette switching going on. Yes, now this, as it says at the bottom, watch those spikes, so you just have to be careful as you turn left and right here not to go too far. No, actually I need to get rid of those bones from up here. There we go. So although it doesn't scroll from one room, well not room, but one area of the map to the next, you can still destroy things that are in part of the map that you can't see. So the game is intelligent enough to detect things in areas of the map that you're not able to see yourself, which I definitely think is in its favour. It would be a bit frustrating if you could only fire at things that you could see, even though you know they're there in the next area of the map. So we've managed to clear most of the treasure here, as well as these bones as well. Oh, more bones. Right, now that shield will give me a few more defense points, which is always helpful. That means that my health will drain down slightly slower. Right, so let's come out of this little labyrinth area. Magic scroll. I'll take that as the enchanter. That will improve my magic points. Means that my fireballs will be a bit more powerful, which is always welcome. Okay, I think I just need to gingerly move my way out. Now I can't get into those tiles at the top there because you have to enter them from the left or the right. You can't go in from below or above. So I think I've got a key, so I can now get out of this particular area. And I'm going to need the warrior to cross those vines, so we'll just cross over here. It's always a good idea to just clear them out of the way, so if you need to come back as another character you can. There's a tricksy ghost there. I think those ghosts look slightly sort of grub-like. It's like some kind of intermediate stage of an insect of some kind. It's pretty nasty, I have to say. It's a good graphics. I do like the graphics here. Now, interestingly, I'm not going to be able to move that barrel even if I change into the Titan, because there's a whole load of ghosts in the next room, and unfortunately, you can't squish them with the barrel. So I'm going to try a potion. That's not done anything at all. I'm pretty sure that there is a way of... that some of the potions cause the ghosts to temporarily scatter. It's almost like a kind of scare the ghost type thing. Maybe I need to detonate that bomb. It does cost health points. It's the only snag. If I touch the bomb, it will... Oh, yeah, well, it's opened up this area of the map, but it did obviously cause me some damage. There's loads of fungus going on over there. Okay, well, we've revealed a new area here. And another potion as well. Maybe I could use that potion to temporarily scare the ghosts. Doesn't look like the potion I had was doing anything. Oh wait, need to pick that one up. Maybe I'll try that one around the corner. Because when you do scatter the ghosts, it only lasts for a few seconds and they all come back again. So you have to use it pretty fast if you are going to make use of it. How do I get back over there? No, not that way. No. No, I can't go through that way, can I? No, I've got lost now. No, I think this is the way I came in. Yeah, that's blocked there. That's where the bomb went off. I will say in advance, this is one of the maps that I've never completed. One of the nice things, though, about White Magic is that you can play any level you like. So there are 32 levels, and you can choose which one you start on. Obviously, if you want to complete the game, you need to complete all 32 in sequence. Let's try the potion. Nope, nothing doing. Not sure what to do here. I think I might have reached the end. I never seem to get past this point in this map, I have to say. I might have to commit suicide, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get out. So let's do that. You have failed. We'll rot in the Citadel forever. So let's pick another level instead. Let's go with level 12. Having fun. I have a suspicion that this one is going to involve lots of ghosts. Yep, lots and lots of ghosts. Oh, goodness. Ah, well, that one's quite nice. That gives lots of extra health to my fellow travellers. Now oh, goodness. Well, that's the trap door, but I'm going to need to... yeah, these barrels aren't giving anything, so obviously I can't push my way out. Don't know if it's worth clearing off all of these. Oh, wow, there's loads of them here. I might just try and wipe out some of those bones. See if I can get down to the bottom. Oh, come on. There we go. No. Whoa. Really getting attacked on all sides here. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, right, we're in. Let's just get all of these treasures, blast them. Now, the ghosts are fairly stupid. As you can see, that they don't follow you in the true sense. They follow you when they've got line of sight, but otherwise they'll just sort of stay in position until you come out. Now, I think I might be able to exit. There we go. That's a pretty quick level, that one. It's more about a test of stamina. Yes, now this level I remember, level 13, it's not the most exciting level. May have to apply a bit of creative editing on this one, simply because all you do in this level is collect treasure. That's it. And as I was saying earlier, unlike Ravenskull, you won't know exactly when you've collected all the treasure that you need to. So it's basically a time challenge. You can see that there is a timer at the top, and if that runs out of time and you don't manage to collect a time capsule, you will die instantaneously when the timer runs out. Well, there's an ammo chest there, that was nice. But yes, all there is to this level basically is collecting treasure. So we're going to skip ahead, assume that I've done that, and move on, because it's not the most exciting to watch. Okay, interesting colour scheme here. Right, there's a bit of a Peter Scott sort of colour scheme, this one. Alright, let's go to the transporter. Ooh, now this is interesting. I think... Oh, I like the fireballs in this colour palette. This is good. Yeah, very nice. Now with this one, you have to... I think you have to pick the choice of which doors you unlock in which sequence, because you have only a limited number of keys at your disposal at any given point in time. I have a feeling that the RMRBLL blah 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 at the bottom there, I think that's a clue as to the sequence in which you need to open the doors. I think it's right, middle, right, bottom, etc. Possibly, I'm not sure. But I don't think I'm going to be able to get anywhere with this level because I've used my keys on the wrong bit. So let's let's rot in the Citadel forever and try a different level. How about the last level of the game, 32? Now this is very much a similar level to level 2. It's a test of stamina, but even more extreme because now we've got ghosts and guards galore. It really is hard work. I am not going to guarantee that I'm going to complete it because it really is quite difficult. You have to collect a lot of keys here in order to be in with a chance of actually being able to get anywhere close to completing it. There's a locked room somewhere in this map which basically has lots and lots of locked doors. There we go, you can see it there. So you basically need to make sure you get every last key on this level and obviously not get obliterated. Now, bearing in mind that I've started on level 32 with a full complement of health with all of my characters, if you were playing this game through to the end and you actually managed to get to level 32, I would suspect that your health levels would not be looking particularly good at this stage. Health levels not looking very healthy, and therefore this massive onslaught of ghosts and guards would probably finish you off long before you had a chance to collect all the keys. But I suppose in theory, if you were really, really good at the game, you might just about manage to survive to the end. We'll see if I manage to do it with a full complement of health. At least I've got 4 characters to burn through. Although I think I'm right in saying that if the character who's been collecting the keys dies, you lose all of their keys. So if you are getting low on health for someone who's been collecting keys, it's a good idea to make sure that you retire them and switch to another character so that you can preserve them so when you need to make use of their keys later on. My goodness, I mean, this really is full on. Excellent programming as well. You imagine controlling all of those sprites. Very good work. Now, have I got enough keys? Nope. No, I'm missing 2 keys. Oh dear. Okay. Oh, did I pick them up as somebody? No, I think I've been the Titan pretty consistently, haven't I? I'm going to switch to the Leprechaun. He's not as strong, and he can't destroy the guard houses or the skull and crossbones, but basically all I need to do is get keys. I just need to find 2 keys, and then I can get out of here. And his speed will definitely help. There we go. Oh, look at that. Both keys. All right, I think we're in with a chance here. Timer is still there. There we go. Well done. Now try it from level 1. Yes, so that's the game in a nutshell. You need to complete all 32 levels in sequence, starting from level 1, if you want to complete it in the true sense. But the fact that you can skip ahead, obviously, to levels and try them out and work out how to solve them, I think is really very much in the game's favour. It's a very playable and a very fair game on that basis, because you get the opportunity to succeed and practice until you really can complete all the levels through in sequence. So yeah, that's White Magic. I think it is a fantastic game, an excellent puzzler, lots of arcade action as well. The ability to switch characters, all of the various intricacies of the puzzles and the objects and everything else about it. I think it's just really, really good fun. And if you've not come across it before, as many people haven't, I would absolutely recommend it. It's a great game. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the review, and I hope that you'll join me for the next one in the series. And until then, goodbye.